Hello, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Wesley Boudreau, one of the Chevron-focused advisors here with the Retirement Group. Today I'm going to give you a really quick interest rate update and how it pertains to the Chevron pension lump sum calculations. We just got the interest rates updated for December yesterday, so that gives us the ability to calculate out all the way to March of 2023. Before I get started, just a quick reminder for those of you who do not remember who the Retirement Group is. We are an independent financial advisory firm that focuses on working with corporate employees and helping them transition into retirement. We've been doing this for about 30 years, and a large chunk of that time has been spent working with Chevron employees as well. We are not endorsed by Chevron, nor employed by them, but having that extensive knowledge gives us an ability to help you with your pension plan, your 401k, your healthcare retiree medical, life insurance planning, all those different items that Chevron provides for you. If you have questions on them, let us know. We can dig into them for you. And we do have offices throughout the country, so rest assured if you still need to sit down with somebody face-to-face, we can possibly accommodate that. But obviously this day and age, it's very easy to have web meetings, phone calls, email, whatever your preferred communication is. Just let us know. And the one thing we do suggest you take us up on, if you have not done so yet, or it's been over a year since you've done it probably, is our complimentary cash flow analysis. This is essentially a detailed financial plan specific to your situation at Chevron to help you determine the best day to retire. We'll be happy to run various scenarios to show you different retirement dates, different options on the pension, whether you take the annuity or the lump sum, and how it plays out not just now, but in the next 10, 20, 30 years down the road as well. And we will not shy away from telling you, hey, you need to work a little bit longer, or we can run the numbers to tell you, hey, if you want to, you may be able to retire sooner than you originally planned. We'll go through all that with you on a one-on-one basis. But today, let's go and get into the interest rates and how those have changed over the last year and how it's affecting your pension commencement calculation method. Now, first and foremost, a quick reminder, the Chevron pension plan is a classic defined benefit plan, in which case there's a formula taking a look at your years of service, final average pay, a multiplier, and a Social Security offset to determine how much your single life annuity is going to be for the rest of your life. Excuse me. From there, everything else is calculated. Whether you want to take the single life annuity or whether you want to do a joint survivor to cover your significant other, maybe you want to do a period certain, so it's paid out over a certain period of time. Or, in the case of today, we're going to go through, you may want to take a lump sum and see what Chevron will give you as a cash lump sum offer for you to essentially go out and recreate that same paycheck. Now, the way they do that is they take a look at your age. After they get that single life annuity calculated, they take a look at your age, look at longevity to figure out how many more years they're potentially on the hook to pay you. Then they look at interest rates to do a net present value calculation to determine how much do they have to give you for you to essentially go out and try and recreate that same paycheck. So we take a look at this seesaw here on the top. Just keep in mind that when interest rates go down, we'll see lump sums actually go up. When interest rates go up, we'll see lump sums go down. So we go back to the pandemic when the government kind of drove interest rates down to help fuel the economy. We saw a sharp rise in lump sum calculations for Chevron employees, and we saw the highest lump sums we've seen in the history of the company. Now, unfortunately, the opposite has happened. We knew interest rates were going to be coming up. Now, did we think they would come up that sharply and that severely and quickly? No, but what we've seen is over the last year, 2022, primarily a sharp increase in interest rates, which in turn has driven down lump sum calculations quite dramatically. If we want to look at a quick rule of thumb, usually about a 1% change in interest rates equates to anywhere from an 8 to a 12% change in your lump sum, depending upon your age. So for simple math, let's just say 1% equals 10%. Now we've seen interest rates come up, and we've seen drops of 20 to 30% over the last year and a half or so for Chevron employees. But getting to the actual calculations, what happens is Chevron actually uses what's called the Pension Protection Act segment rates. Those are 3 different segments correlated to years of retirement. So the first segment is going to correlate to the first 5 years of retirement. Second segment is years 6 through 20. Third segment, years 21 and beyond. So depending upon how old you are, the younger you are, the more weighting you'll have towards that third segment than somebody who's older. But for all of us, really that second segment has that highest weighting, so it's important to kind of keep an eye on that segment. Now again, like I said, we just got the December rates out, and what happens is Chevron uses the average of the third, fourth, and fifth prior month to determine what your commencement calculation is going to be for that month you decide to commence your benefits. Another quick reminder is, again, depending upon how old you are, there may be age penalties. So if you're retiring earlier, it's important to take a look at whether or not it makes sense to stay and defer your commencing your benefits to age out of those penalties. But that could get offset with rising interest rates, which we saw dramatically happen last year. So now we got the interest rates. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. I'll zoom in a little bit here for you so it's easier to see. But those numbers in the white rows are going to be the actual segment rates. If we go down to the first blue rows, That's going to be your commencement rates if you decided to commence your benefits in March, February, or January of this year. Now, if we look at it from left to right, let's go and look at February first. So that second one in blue, it's going to be 4.89%, 5.56%, and 5.39%. So that's the first, second, and third segment. If you were to wait and defer commencing into March, there's actually a change, and it's actually a beneficial change for you because that first segment goes up a little bit to 5.01%, but the second segment drops to 5.53%, and the third segment drops to 5.31. So again, a little change here, and hopefully we're seeing these level off. But what happened was those interest rates, they spiked quite a bit in September and October. November, December, they've come down. So if that trend continues, we might see these monthly trends decline as well. It is unique that Chevron does the updates every month, but it is what it is. Other companies do it once per year or once per quarter. This gives you a better idea of when to kind of pick and pull the trigger as far as commencement. But on the flip side, it gives you that ability to kind of sit on the sideline too long. If we look at the very bottom of this chart, you'll see January of last year, 2022, those interest rates, we look at that second segment, was actually down at 2.6%. So if we fast forward, we're up. If we fast forward to February at 5.56, that's almost about 3 percentage points higher. So we've seen from last January to this February a rise of almost 3 percentage points in that second segment, which means we've seen a drop of close to probably 30% for a lot of different lump sums. And unfortunately, that kind of happened month by month by month. So if you have questions, if you're looking at retiring in the near future and you're thinking about taking a lump sum, it's really important to give us a call, run the numbers, and stay updated from us on a month-to-month basis so we can help you determine the best month to maximize that lump sum calculation between both the interest rates and potentially an age penalty. But keep in mind, again, if you're thinking about taking the annuity, these interest rates have no effect on that whatsoever. It's simply just the lump sum calculations that these will affect for you. So to tie it all together, like I said before, that cash flow analysis is a really important tool to show you where you stand and look at these options side by side. Excuse me. Right now, about 3/4 of Americans over 50 don't even have a written plan. If you can spend about 10 minutes with us, we'll gather some data or update the data we already have. Give us about a week, we'll get that plan together for you, get it back, and set some time to review that. But like I said, we can go through your original plan, look at options of whether you want to work longer, retire earlier, how does the pension play out, whether you're taking the annuity or the lump sum, look at them side by side, go through the pros and cons with those, and show you how everything plays out in the next 20, 30 years as well, so you have a better idea of what the best decision is going to be for you. So with that, we'll kind of wrap this up, but again, keep in mind, if you have any questions at all, just give us a call at 1-800-900-5867. We'll be happy to help you out. You can also reach us at info@theretirementgroup.com. And if you'd like to schedule an appointment with myself or one of the other Chevron advisors, just simply use this QR code. We'll keep on the screen here for a second with your cell phone. You can actually use that to get into our calendars. If you need to meet with us sooner, again, give us a call. It's probably easier. And if you'd like to stay updated on the Chevron interest rate updates, the webinars, any company plan changes we give you, go ahead and use the LinkedIn QR code. That'll get you to our Chevron-specific LinkedIn page, so you can follow along and be updated with all the information as we release that. And again, a quick reminder, even though we've been working with Chevron extensively, we are not employed by them, nor are we endorsed by them. But again, should you have any questions related to the pension, the 401k, healthcare retiree medical benefits, or again, running that cash flow analysis, just simply give us a call. We'll be happy to dig deep and help you out with that. And you can reach us again at 1-800-900-5867. Thank you very much. We hope you have a great day.